Well, I'm back. I'm back. Welcome to this edition of the OC Show. This is your host, Donnie Henderson. And looks like I owe everybody a little bit of an apology because I've been getting asked, when's the next show? When's the next show? It's been a while. My bad. It's been a while. I'm sorry. Life happens. Had a lot going on. But I promise to be more consistent because I do want this to be something that is something that I like to do, something that I do, something that is consistent, something that will give you a little bit of entertainment, hopefully, a little bit of information. OC Show is back. Here we go. We are brought to you today by Integrity Hair Care Solutions, hair care products. Please go to idshaircare.com. Integrity IDS Hair Care Products. Great products. Please give them a shout out. Integrity Hair Care Products. Again, the website is idshaircare.com. Integrity Hair Care Products is our sponsor for today. Now, I know I haven't been on for a while, so the whole show is going to be about what I've missed, what you've missed, your opinion, what you've missed me talk about. I've gone through the whole football season and didn't really give props to a lot of stories in football, especially for my local teams. But I've got five things that I miss talking about, and I'm going to talk about them right now. First thing is that something that recently happened. Actually, it happened last night. LeBron James passes the 40,000 point milestone. He is the highest scorer in NBA history. Highest scorer in NBA history. Actually, today, Caitlin Clark, and I'll talk about this some other time probably. She's the all-time leading scorer in NCAA history. But we're talking about LeBron James right now. LeBron James, over 40,000 points, NBA. Now, people will say, oh, he's the GOAT because he scored the most points. GOAT meaning greatest of all time. But I don't, that's not my opinion. I don't think he's the greatest of all time. But I will say this. LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and we need to enjoy him. Whether we've got one, two, three more seasons left with him, forget all the things about, oh, he wants to play with his son, forget about all the teams he's been on, forget all that. Whether you like him or not, appreciate what we see right now. We're seeing greatness. We're not going to see someone eclipse his milestone in points maybe in our lifetimes. So enjoy this. Enjoy LeBron James. I submit that. What's another thing that I missed? We'll stay with basketball for right now. Draymond Green gets suspended again by the NBA. Now, what's the deal with Draymond Green? Some people say, "Oh, he's just passionate about the sport that he plays. He that's just the way who he is." You can give a pass when you're winning. The Golden State Warriors are not the Golden State Warriors of 2016, 2017, 2018. That's not the same Golden State Warriors. These Golden State Warriors are a little bit older and they need some veteran leadership. Steph Curry is not a leader like that. He's not a vocal leader. He will do his thing on the court. But Draymond Green was a leader on that court for many, many years. And you can't lead when you're knocking people upside the head and punching people, pushing people, doing whatever you do, and just acting the jack fool all the time. Draymond Green is a talent, but the problem with Draymond Green, I submit, is a self-control problem. He's so emotionally wrapped up in the game. I can't get mad at him for being emotional about his craft and wanting to win because there's not enough of that here in sports right now. The wanting to win, that desire to win. He has that for sure, but he has to control it. And for him to be acting the way he has acted on the court, doing these different things in the past few years, and in this season he got that indefinite suspension, which ended up being only like 14 games. Hopefully, he will kind of get himself together, calm himself down, and be an actual leader on that team. Since he's been back, they've been doing a lot better. So maybe he has turned that corner. Maybe he has learned a lesson. Um, I've had discussions about Draymond Green, him being compared to Dennis Rodman. The difference between Dennis Rodman and Draymond Green is that Dennis Rodman's better. He just is. You can give me a Jordan and a Jordan and LeBron comparison. Let's compare Draymond Green and Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman's a better defender, better rebounder. Draymond Green used to be a better offensive weapon, but I mean, if you're averaging, like Charles Barkley says, a triple single like Draymond Green does right now, it's hard to even give any kind of a pass to Draymond Green for his behavior off the court and his performance on the court. It just doesn't add up. What else did I miss? Well, Super Bowl came and went, and a lot of people were talking about how um, the 49ers were, they're there, and did they really deserve to be there? Upon the way they played the several games, was Brock Purdy legit? But the biggest story was the Kansas City Chiefs, and the whole thing with Travis Kelsey, and Taylor Swift. You know, people that are hating on this young lady. The only reason I know who Taylor Swift is, I mean, I know who she is, I suppose, but the only reason I know what she looks like now is because I've seen her on these NFL playoff games, these NFL games. If you had asked me last year at this time, if not asked me, if Taylor Swift came up to me last year at this time and smacked me in the face, I wouldn't know who she was. People are like, how do you not know what she looked like? I just didn't know who she was. She's not in my wheelhouse. She doesn't, I'm not a 12-year-old girl. That's not who I am. At the same time, all these people hating on Taylor Swift because she's dating Travis Kelsey, who happens to be on the Kansas City Chiefs, and Travis Kelsey happens to be one of the greatest tight ends of all time. For people to hate on Taylor Swift, I mean, grow up. Really, grow up. Let that man, let that woman have their relationship. Let them do their thing. If they're not doing anything wrong, if they're not being a distraction in a negative way, leave those people alone. People are worried about the Super Bowl. Oh, when's Taylor Swift going to get there? When is she going to do this? When is she going to do that? That's fine. If people want to get all involved with that, fine. But don't hate on Taylor Swift because the NFL is being smart by, capitalizing and having people have more eyes on the Super Bowl. Is it going to bring young ladies and young girls to the game of football to make it, oh, they're going to like football now? No, that's an ignorant comment too. That's an ignorant statement. These girls aren't going to like football more because Taylor Swift is dating one of the best tight ends in the NFL. They don't care. Leave these people alone. Leave Taylor Swift alone. Leave Travis Kelsey alone. If they're doing nothing wrong, don't bother them. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs and their back-to-back Super Bowl victories. Which brings me to my next thing. What's the other thing that I missed? The fourth thing that I missed. You guys have been asking me on social media, text messages, and phone calls, what about your Detroit Lions? What about my Lions? I am so proud of my Lions. They made it to the playoffs. Now, see, I gotta go ahead and park right there for a second. The Detroit Lions got me so excited this year. I predicted them this year to be second place behind the Vikings. I was way off, way off. My Lions won the division for the first time in 30 some odd years. Won the division. First time they won the NFC North, because the last time they won the division, it was called the NFC Central. For those of you young cats out there that don't even know that. They've never won the NFC North until this season. Congrats to my Detroit Lions on winning the NFC North. But after they won the NFC North, what happened? Expectations change. So when you win your division, you get a home playoff game. So now we have a home playoff game against the guy who led us for years and years and years, the Los Angeles Rams and Matt Stafford, the one team I didn't want to play. Why didn't I want to play? Two reasons. First reason was that the Rams were red hot coming into the playoffs. They weren't expected to make a playoff run, but were really, really good going into the playoffs, and didn't think that the Detroit Lions matched up very well with them. Second reason I didn't want to play the Rams, because of Matt Stafford. Would the most hurt Lions fans could have imagined would be for Matt Stafford to come back into Ford Field, win a playoff game in Ford Field. You guys have to realize something. Since Ford Field has been in operation, the only playoff game that's been at Ford Field was the Super Bowl, when the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Seattle Seahawks. That's the only time there was a playoff game at Ford Field. So this is the first playoff game at Ford Field. We had to win this game. Expectations. So we expected as Lions fans to win that game. We pulled it off. We won that game. The football gods were on our side, and I'll tell you why. Because earlier on in the season, we played the Dallas Cowboys, and we lost. We got hosed on a bad call and lost that game. Dallas Cowboys hosted a playoff game, and they lost. We were the 3 seed in the NFC. Dallas was the 2 seed, and since Dallas lost, we get a second home playoff game. So our expectations changed again. So we're hosting another playoff game, and who do we get? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, earlier in the season, we had beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Tampa Bay. So for all intents and purposes, we should win that game. But I mean, Tampa Bay won a playoff game. They went on the road and beat Philadelphia, which, Philadelphia was kind of reeling at the time. But for Tampa Bay to go to Philadelphia and win that game was a huge, huge thing for them. So they went to Philadelphia, then they're coming to Detroit. No easy task. We took care of the Buccaneers. So now at this point in my lifetime, I'm 46 years old. And to this point, before this season, I had seen one playoff win from the Detroit Lions. One playoff win. In the span of 2 weeks, I've seen 2 with a chance to go to the Super Bowl. So now we have to go to San Francisco to play the 49ers. Now, at this point, as a fan, I'm kind of relaxed. Yeah, I want my team to win, but I'm kind of relaxed. Expectations have changed. We won the division, so we won that home playoff game. We got a second home playoff game against a lesser opponent. We expected to win that game. So we've done everything we're expected to do. Now we're playing with house money, as the term goes. We're playing with house money. We go out to San Francisco. I expect, and most of us Lions fans expect it to be a nice, close game. But if we're honest, we're expecting San Francisco to win. Not by a lot. We weren't going to get blown out because we have a really tough, gritty team. First quarter came and went. Second quarter came and went. We're up. We're winning. We're actually in control of the game. Now, come to that third quarter, that decision by Dan Campbell. Now, I don't want any other coach besides Dan Campbell coaching my Detroit Lions. I don't want any other guy. However, bro, I think if we go hindsight 2020, I think we should have taken those 3 points. And we would have been up by 3 scores. I think it would have been a lot different. If we make that field goal, chances are the 49ers only have 4 more possessions. If we stop them on 2 of those 4 more possessions, the Detroit Lions are going to the Super Bowl. Glass half full out of this glass half empty, because we all know that the 49ers ended up winning and going to the Super Bowl. They came back and won. I think that now, next season, we have something that's going to motivate us as Detroit Lions fans. I don't think this team is done. I fully expect, and the expectation is for at least the Detroit Lions to be in the NFC Championship game again. I think we're way, way on the right track. So for all of you who are, text me and reached out on social media and, we're talking, some of us, the folks that live here that, talk to me about the Detroit Lions, I am very, very pleased, very, very proud to be a Detroit Lions fan. I can wear my Honolulu blue across the state of Virginia proudly because the Detroit Lions are finally legit. And last thing, what did I miss? As you can see, I've got my maize and blue on. I've got my M1000 wins because Michigan is the only program to have 1,000 wins in NCAA history in college football. We're the only team that have 1,000 wins. Not only did we get our 1,000th win, not only did we beat Ohio State for the 3rd time, not only did we win our 3rd Big Ten championship in a row, we won the national championship. The Michigan Wolverines are the 2023 national champions. Now, for all of the pundits out there, all the people, because we were number 1. We deserve to be number 1 going into the college football playoff. Oh, Harbaugh, and is he going to leave, and all these distractions around the program. That team gelled together like nobody's business and got it done. Let's just start with Alabama. And respect to Nick Saban, who has since retired. Think about that for a second. Michigan was the last game that Nick Saban coached. He coached against Michigan for his last game. Michigan put Nick Saban out of college football. You're welcome. You're welcome, college football, because Nick Saban is the greatest coach in college football history. Much love to Harbaugh, much love to all these other guys. I'm going to say it again. Nick Saban is the greatest football coach in college football history. But Michigan put him out. Now, people, when the selection show was on for the four teams to see who goes to the college football playoff, when Alabama was selected to play Michigan, there's a collective groan in the room where Michigan was, and the media went off on that. Oh, Michigan's scared of Alabama. Michigan knows that Alabama's going to take care of them. You got people like Paul Feinbaum saying Michigan knows better. Michigan knows that Alabama's coming from Alabama. Game came, and it's a close game, back and forth. Milroy played a decent game. The defense played well for Michigan and for Alabama all the way up until the last drive there when Michigan kind of just took over. I wasn't impressed with the offensive game for Michigan, J.J. McCarthy, and the weakest part of the 2023 Michigan Wolverines team was the wideouts, wide receivers getting separation. But we got it done in overtime, stopped old Milroy. It was mostly a busted bad play for Alabama. I'll be the first to say, but we stopped them, beat Alabama, go to the Natty. Then we have to go up against Washington and old Michael Penix. Now, going into the championship game as a fan, you're still nervous, but I was way more comfortable than going against Alabama. I believe that Alabama is a better team than Washington. We handled Washington pretty well. We handled Washington. We did what we were supposed to do. The coaching job that Harbaugh did, the coaching job that the whole staff did was amazing. That team was prepared. That team was focused. And the 2023 national champions of college football, Michigan Wolverines, I could not be more proud to be a Michigan fan. That's a team. All the distractions from, they're cheaters because they, watch videotapes and this and that. Now, I've commented before, and I think I commented the last time I was with you guys. I don't condone cheating. If you cheated, you got to pay the price. But now it kind of looks like I saw some reports about another team that's really, really close to Michigan that we play last game of the season, regular season every year. They have their own video cheating scandal going on. So everyone does it, doesn't make it right. But through all the distractions that Michigan faced this season, they came out on top, national champions. I can ride this championship as a fan for the next 4 or 5 years. Do I think they will repeat? No, because we're losing our coach, we're losing McCarthy, we're losing Corum, we're losing a lot of our leadership. But do I think we will be irrelevant? Yes, I do think we'll be relevant, especially since we're going to have a 12-team playoff. Will we sneak into the playoffs next season? Possibly. But right now, if you ask who the national champion is, you have to say Michigan. So those are the 5 things that I've missed. And I promise you, let's go over the 5 things I missed. LeBron James, milestone. Draymond Green, my comments on him. Super Bowl, Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce, leave Taylor Swift alone. Who cares? Leave a woman alone. That's my whole take. They're not doing anything wrong. Leave these people alone. Let them do what they do. Detroit Lions, more proud. I can't say how proud I am to be a Detroit Lions fan. After all the misery and all the suffering I've gone through for years and years, go Lions. And the last thing, Michigan national champs. Those are the 5 things I missed talking to you guys about. I will be back very soon. I promise it won't be months and months and months. It'll be very soon. Thanks again for watching the OC Show. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to build something here, and I know I have to be consistent if I'm going to build something. So I can't ask you to do something without me doing my part. Peace.